Nestled in the heart of the Kilkenny countryside, farmer Brian Nicholson takes pride in farming sustainably and has recently incorporated agroforestry on his farm.
I'm farming just over 100 hectares, predominantly sheep. There's tillage and cattle as well. 70 hectares of the farm is in the middle of conversion into organics, and we're looking at putting 19 hectares of agroforestry in presently.
Agroforestry is a land use practice that brings together trees in combination with livestock or crops on the same parcel of land. This dynamic approach to integrated farming unlocks a wealth of ecological and economic benefits, driven by the positive interactions between trees and agriculture.
Teagasc is promoting agroforestry as a land use change and land use where appropriate. Agroforestry combines trees with farming, creating a win-win for your wallet and the environment. By enhancing your farm's overall productivity, reducing its environmental footprint and diversifying income, agroforestry can deliver multiple benefits. In Brian's case, it works very well. We're looking at agroforestry as a means of adding to the farm rather than subtracting from it.
For Brian, this new venture started in the spring of 2024, and Teagasc provided valuable assistance in identifying suitable areas for agroforestry on his farm.
As I looked ahead, I saw the potential of putting it in onto more of the farm, especially along the river, where it'll help reduce leach and nutrients into the river basin. From a financial point of view, there's an annual payment, but I'm also able to keep my farm payments on the land area as well, which includes the organics and the base.
New agroforestry planting is now supported with very generous funding available under the Afforestation Grant and Premium Scheme, administered by the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine. Whether implemented alone or alongside other afforestation options, agroforestry empowers farmers to achieve a blend of environmental, economic and practical objectives. As with any scheme, there is preparation and paperwork involved.
When we had the decisions made, I contacted the company that I'm looking to employ to establish the agroforestry, and they took on all the administrative side of the process from there. I can just farm away as is.
Brian's registered forester explains his role and his input into planning and organising the establishment of agroforestry.
We assess the land for suitability, including all environmental considerations. We advise Brian firstly on the afforestation grants and the annual income tax-free forest premiums. We picked the best species for the site. We also did the site layout and planting options. We then submitted his afforestation application and worked on his behalf in progressing the application. This did involve our in-house ecologists who looked after the environmental assessments.
After advice from both Teagasc and his forester, and having received planting approval from the department, Brian made the decision to incorporate agroforestry into his farm. The process from taking it from concept to fruition took approximately 12 months. We now hear from Brian and his forester Ivan during the first stages of the agroforestry establishment.
Once we got approval, then we had to wait for the planting season to come back around to be able to plant. The boys arrived on the 2nd of December and have been here since, and will be finished up before the new year.
Before we start, we have to make sure firstly that we are adhering to the licensing conditions, especially the environmental requirements. Next, we did the ground cultivation by ripping for the lines which are selected. We put in the tree supports, we supply and plant the trees. We are planting 6 species in this case, a mix of faster and slower growing species.
Within a couple of weeks, the planting of trees was progressing well, with forestry contractors busy on site.
We're into our second week of groundworks and planting and that, and we'll take probably another 2 weeks to get things wrapped up. And I mean the weather is holding up well, which has resulted in very little delays so far.
Research tells us that intergenerational involvement in the initial decision to plant a new forest delivers successful outcomes for this permanent land use change.
The family is very enthusiastic about what's happening down here. They haven't been down that much at the moment because a lot is happening while they're in school, but they'll be down at the weekends then to survey what's the progress has been while they've been in school.
Once the planting is complete, the forester will maintain Brian's site for the next 4 years, and this work is covered by the grant.
It's great coming down here and seeing the progress come along and kind of envisaging how the farm is going to look in 10, 15, 20 years time once the trees start coming up and we have the cover around, but also the stock to be able to graze around it as well. There's been a bit of a change around the fields here with the tree supports and shelters going up. I'm speaking to a neighbour there lately who's been watching it, and he was inquiring how things are going, and he's very complimentary about what's going on, and I suppose it's given him a bit of food for thought for the future as well.
It's springtime, and the planting stage of Brian's agroforestry project is now complete. With the trees planted and protected, Brian is now able to graze his sheep around the trees and integrate the agroforestry plot into his overall grazing system on his farm.
Yeah, so it's just the start of May here now. We got the planting finished in early January. The lambing proceeded then during March, and the ewes and lambs arrived out to the fields as they lambed down, and we're rotating around the paddocks and the farm there now with the ewes and lambs.
Early management and maintenance is crucial for the successful establishment of these young trees. This can be carried out by the registered forester or indeed by the owner. Regarding the surrounding grass, it's similar to any other grass field where ongoing agricultural management is required, as Brian now explains.
I suppose the whole process was straightforward. I mean, we put a plan together, we implemented the plan, and we're here today now with everything in place, so we are. Yeah, so the company will manage it for the first 5 years till it's fully established. If there's any trees need to be replanted or that in that period of time, they look after all of that. I look after the grassland and the stock around it, so I do. This will all be just grazing for the next few years. They're the fields that I primarily just graze. I don't take cuts of silage off of these fields, but I will have to get in and top weeds and that during the summer.
With increasing pressure to meeting climate goals, agroforestry is more relevant than ever in terms of advancing farm output with the environment, as well as promoting the well-being of the farmer to create a sustainable farming system. Brian reflects on his new agroforestry enterprise.
The agroforestry was a positive benefit to the farm. There was a financial benefit, there was a benefit for nature, and there was also a benefit for the stock and the farm going forward. So, you know, it was ticking an awful lot of boxes for me and for the farm and for the future. And very, very little stress from my part. The company had all that to look after. One of the big things within the family is we're only minding the land for the next generation, so we're always trying to improve it, both from a financial point of view and from a biodiversity point of view, that we're leaving it in a better place for the next generation to take it on. I'm very, very happy with the agroforestry.
By combining trees with farming, agroforestry creates a win-win situation, enhancing yields, lowering environmental impact and diversifying income. It offers access to generous forestry grants and premiums, ongoing tree products and more resilient farm systems. For communities, it means more diverse food options and stronger local economies. And for the future, it can help keep farms productive while safeguarding nature.
There is a lot of information now available on agroforestry. Information on financial supports, as well as learnings from existing agroforestry case studies. You can contact your local Teagasc forestry advisor as a first step to see if agroforestry will suit your farming system.